6 EastEnders spoilers. Linda Carter and Max Branning stage explosive returns as Zoe Slater is trapped in a blaze. Jasmine's secret life finally exploding is the kind of storyline that grabs viewers straight away, because you know Walford won't let that slide. The moment it comes out, it puts pressure on everyone around her, especially with Lily quietly admitting to Kat that Jean's mental health is slipping again. Kat sensing something's off and making a discovery of her own gives this story a proper edge. It's the mix of hidden truths and family worry that really hooks people, and fans will be ready to jump straight into the comments about who's handling it well and who definitely isn't. Over at number 25, the fire is set to be one of those jaw-dropping moments people talk about instantly. Oscar getting hurt while trying to save Zoe is brave, heartbreaking, and guaranteed to spark even more conflict. And with Linda and Max returning to the square at the same time, emotions are going to be absolutely all over the place. Juliet worrying about Nigel just adds another layer of tension to an already chaotic week. It's the perfect build-up to Christmas, messy, emotional, and full of the kind of drama EastEnders fans love.
1.
Jasmine Fisher's identity is revealed as a fire breaks out at number 25. Oscar turning up with Jasmine is already enough to send the Branning-Beales into panic mode. And honestly, you can't blame them. That family has been through enough chaos to last a lifetime. Ian jumping straight to calling the police feels very Ian, but it also shows just how unsafe he thinks the whole situation is. And once Jasmine's questioned and a link to the Fords comes out, you can practically feel the atmosphere shift. It's the kind of reveal that makes everyone stop and rethink everything they thought they knew about her. Viewers will definitely be debating whether she deserves a fair chance or whether Oscar's been walking into trouble from day one. Right when Jasmine tries to patch things up, reaching out for support in a place no one expected, Oscar completely pulls the plug on the relationship. It's brutal, but it sets up this messy, emotional space where anything could happen next. Then we jump straight into the fire at number 25, which is classic EastEnders timing. One huge bombshell, then another crisis before anyone can breathe. Oscar seeing someone trapped and rushing in is proper heroic, but it's also the sort of split-second decision that can change everything. If he gets hurt, or if it ties back into Jasmine's drama, this whole storyline could spiral even further, and fans are going to have a lot to say about it. 2. Zoe Slater is trapped amid the flames as Cat Moon kickstarts her mission to help her. Oscar fighting his way through the house to get to Zoe is one of those moments that instantly makes your stomach tighten. Proper EastEnders chaos. And the timing couldn't be worse, because Kat's just uncovered something huge in her search for answers about her missing son. You can tell whatever she's found has shaken her, and it spills over into everything else she's trying to do. When she pulls out of hosting the community dinner at the Vic, you know she's not in a good headspace, and the reaction around her says it all. Alfie nudging her back on track feels very him, but you can still sense that tension simmering under the surface, like Kat's only half present while her mind's racing somewhere else entirely. And while all that's going on, Zoe suddenly coming face to face with someone from her past adds another layer of mystery to the week. After everything with the fire and Oscar risking his neck, this twist could completely change how people see Zoe, and you can bet viewers would be picking apart every look and every line to figure out what she's hiding. The big question about who actually started the fire is only going to push the drama further, because once the truth comes out, it's bound to spark arguments, accusations, and a whole load of fallout across the square. This is the kind of storyline that can easily explode into something much bigger. 3. Max Branning is back as family secrets implode. Max rocking up in the middle of all that chaos is exactly the kind of timing you expect from him. Drama seems to follow the bloke like a shadow. Him and Zoe trying to fix things is already messy enough, but with the fire still raging and the family all over the place, you can feel the tension building before he's even opened his mouth. Meanwhile, Cindy and Kathy bickering over Jimmy's christening is so typical of them, and you just know one of them will push it too far.
And then there's Lauren, quietly panicking about the missing charity money catching up with her. It's one of those moments where you can tell everything's teetering and viewers will definitely have opinions on who's actually in the right. Once Peter starts putting two and two together and decides the money must have been nicked, the pressure on Lauren just gets heavier. Ian promising he'll fix things is all well and good, but Max clocking the weird closeness between Ian and Lauren while he's sat by Oscar's bedside, that's the kind of look that sets off a whole chain reaction. When he pulls Jack aside and then makes a big public declaration in the Vic, you already know it's not going to end quietly. The second everyone turns to stare at Lauren, it becomes one of those classic Walford moments, raw, awkward and absolutely guaranteed to split fan opinion. And for Max to suddenly step up and try to protect her, that alone could spark even more trouble in the family.
4. Linda Carter returns at the worst possible time. Linda, strolling back into Walford after half a year of cruising, feels very Linda. Breezy on the outside, but you can tell the second she clocks what's been happening at home, that lightness won't last. Elaine, planning a big camp opening for Peacock Palace, is exactly the kind of chaotic welcome Linda needed. But even with all the glitter and silliness, there's this undercurrent of tension waiting for her to hit her. A chat with Sam is surprisingly soft, especially with Sam waiting on biopsy results, and it shows how much the place has shifted while she's been away. But the moment she spots Max, you can practically feel a stomach drop. That reaction alone is enough to tell viewers we're heading straight back into old territory, the kind of secret that never stays buried for long. And the Annie situation hanging over Linda is just asking for trouble. Max being so close, everyone watching her every move, and her still keeping the truth locked away, it's a recipe for a proper Walford meltdown. When they end up heading to the Albert, it feels like she's trying to act normal, but she's one bad conversation away from everything spilling out. And viewers will definitely have something to say about that, because this is one storyline where people are firmly split. Some think Max deserves the truth, others think Linda's protecting her peace. Either way, the minute he starts poking around, the whole thing could blow wide open. 5. The Slaters rally to help Jean in her hour of need. Jean shutting herself away like this is heartbreaking, and you can really feel how much it's weighing on Lily. She's only a kid, but she's been trying to hold the whole house together, and the moment she slips up in front of Kat and Alfie, you can see how desperate she actually is. It's one of those situations where the adults around her finally clock just how bad things have got. And you know Kat, the second she senses something's off with her family, she's straight in there. Fans will definitely connect with this because it's that raw, real side of EastEnders that hits home. When they step into number 31 and see the state the place is in, it's like everything Lily's been carrying comes crashing out at once. The mess, the pressure, Jean's mental health spiralling, it all suddenly becomes impossible to hide. Jean admitting what's been going on is such a vulnerable moment, and you can feel the guilt and fear in every word. Kat promising to stand by her is exactly the kind of loyalty we expect from her, but it also hints at some tough weeks ahead. This storyline could really kick off conversations among viewers about support, burnout, and how quickly things can slip when someone's struggling behind closed doors. 6. Julie Bates suggests alternative care options for Nigel. Nigel's decline is getting harder to ignore, and you can see the worry written all over Julie. She's doing the right thing, getting him in to see a GP, but Phil brushing it off is so typical of him. He hates facing anything that makes the family feel vulnerable. And Nigel holding back info with the doctor is heartbreaking because it shows he's scared too, just in his own way. Viewers will definitely feel for him here, especially as the symptoms keep creeping in and everyone's trying to pretend it's not as serious as it looks. When Nigel loses his cufflinks and ends up accidentally knocking Julie, that's the kind of moment that really shakes a household. It's upsetting, it's messy, and it forces them all to acknowledge how quickly things are changing.
Julie suggesting they think about a higher level of care is completely understandable, but Phil shutting her down creates this tension that's only going to grow. You can tell this is heading for a proper family clash, the sort where everyone's emotions spill out and nothing stays politely buried. And viewers are absolutely going to have something to say about Phil digging his heels in, because this is one storyline where denial isn't going to cut it for long.